Hey there. Did you know that nearly half of folks over 80 feel totally blindsided by what life throws their way at that age? Everyone chats about saving for retirement or keeping fit, but there are 7 stark realities about hitting 80 that nobody, not your family, not your doctor, not even society wants to talk about. These are not just small hurdles. They are game changers that can either weigh you down or, if you are ready, lift you up to live your best life yet. In the next 12 minutes, we will dive into the real, no-filter scoop on what it is like to cross that 80-year mark. Stick around, because truth number 4 is going to blow your mind, even if you think you have seen it all. Let me introduce you to Gladys, an 82-year-old retired teacher who thought she had aging all sorted out. She stayed active, saved, smart, and kept tight with her loved ones. But at Eno Fears, she reached out to me, voice shaking, saying, "Nobody told me it would be like this." What she uncovered flipped her whole view on growing older. How old are you right now? Drop your age in the comments below. This video could reshape how you plan your years ahead. And here is a heads-up truth number 4. Hits everyone over 80, yet it is the one thing nobody mentions. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you do not miss these life-changing insights. Let us get started. Truth 1. Your family dynamics will shift in ways you never saw coming. For years, you have been the rock of your family, the one hosting holiday dinners, offering advice, and keeping everyone together. But as you hit your 80s, something unexpected happens. The roles reverse, and suddenly, your kids are making decisions for you. It is not just about needing a hand with chores. It is a profound change that can shake your sense of self. Let us unpack what this means, why it is so tough, and how you can navigate it with grace. Imagine you are Gladys, who at 78 was still the family anchor, planning gatherings and dishing out wisdom. By 82, though, her world had flipped. Her daughter was scheduling her doctor visits, and her son was handling her bank account. This was not just about practical help. It was about losing her place as the strong, independent leader she had always been. After decades of being the one in charge, raising kids, managing a home, and maybe even a career, you are now the one being looked after. Your adult children start seeing you as someone who needs protecting, not someone who calls the shots. Gladys put it perfectly. I raised 4 kids, balanced a budget for 50 years, and mentored countless people, but because I struggled with a jar lid, suddenly everyone thought I could not make my own choices. This shift is not just logistical, it cuts deep emotionally. You have spent a lifetime building an identity as capable and self-reliant. Now, your kids might talk about you like you are not in the room, making decisions for your own good without asking your opinion. Family discussions start to feel like meetings where your voice carries less weight. It is a strange, painful paradox. The people you love most, who are trying to care for you, can unintentionally make you feel dismissed or even invisible. Your children think they are being helpful, but to you, it can feel like you are being treated like a child. The worst part, everyone is doing what they think is right, but no one knows how to handle this new dynamic smoothly. The emotional toll is heavy. You might feel frustrated, even angry. As your independence slips away, Gladys described it as losing a piece of herself. I felt like I was being erased, like my years of experience did not matter anymore. But she found a way forward, and it started with taking control of the conversation. She sat her kids down and had honest talks about what she needed help with and what she could still do on her own. She set clear boundaries, creating what she called a dignity plan. This was not a legal document, but a set of agreements about how decisions would be made. For example, she wanted to be part of any talk about her health, even if her daughter had to step in later. She also made it clear that needing help did not mean she was less wise or valuable. What really changed things for Gladys was rethinking her worth. She realized that needing support did not diminish her strength or her role in the family. She found new ways to contribute, like sharing stories or giving advice when asked. The key was acting before a crisis hit. By talking openly with her family early, she avoided misunderstandings and kept her voice strong. She also learned to separate her identity from her independence, understanding that asking for help was a sign of courage, not weakness. Here is the takeaway: do not wait for these changes to catch you off guard. Start those tough conversations now. Be clear about your wishes while you can still speak for yourself. Have you faced this kind of role reversal, either with your parents or in your own life? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience might guide someone else through this tricky transition. And stay tuned, because the next truth is going to hit even closer to home. Truth 2, your social circle will shrink dramatically. You have spent decades building a vibrant circle of friends. You host game nights, plan group hikes, or catch up over coffee. But as you cross that 80-year mark, that circle starts to fade. And it is not just because people move away. This is a stark reality of aging that nobody likes to talk about, but it is one you need to face head-on. Let us break it down and explore why this happens, how it affects you, and what you can do to fight back. Picture your life at Cat Vang Do. Like Gladys, who used to throw lively dinner parties for a dozen friends every month. By her early 80s, she was lucky if 3 could show up. The numbers tell a grim story. Studies show that within 5 years of turning 80, the average person loses about 60% of their social connections. But it is not just a statistic. It is watching your world get smaller, almost like the walls are closing in. Friends pass away, and that loss alone is heart-wrenching. But it is more than that. Some develop dementia and can no longer share those long chats. Others are moved far away by family. Physical challenges, like trouble walking or driving, keep them homebound. Your weekly book club fizzles out when too many members cannot make it. The hiking group you love disbands because half the group struggles with mobility. Even your closest pals, the ones you vacationed with for years, might not be able to travel anymore. It is a slow, then sudden, slide into isolation. This loneliness is not just a feeling, it is a health hazard. Research says it is as bad for you as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It creeps up on you, especially when you are already grappling with health issues or grief. Just when you need people most, they are slipping away. Gladys shared how it felt. I did not just lose friends to death. Though that broke my heart, I lost them to distance, to illness, to life pulling us apart. One day, I looked around and felt like I was alone in a crowd. The emptiness can be overwhelming, making every day feel heavier. But here is the good news. This truth, tough as it is, can push you to find new ways to connect. Gladys did not give up. She started volunteering at a local community center, serving meals and meeting people from all walks of life. She joined a senior book club and was surprised to hit it off with folks 20 years younger. She even embraced technology, something she never thought she would do. Video calls with far-off cousins became a lifeline, and she found online groups where she could share her love of gardening. These new bonds were not the same as her old ones, but they brought joy and purpose back into her life. The secret is to act before the loneliness takes hold. Do not wait until your social circle is gone to rebuild it. Start now. Seek out groups that fit your interests. Whether it is a knitting circle or a history discussion, try volunteering. It is a great way to meet people while giving back. And do not shy away from tech. Apps like video chat or social media can keep you connected, even if mobility is an issue. The key is to adapt to the changes aging brings and keep building relationships, no matter how small they seem. What is your biggest worry about staying connected as you age? Drop it in the comments below. Your thoughts could spark ideas for someone else. And stick around, Because the next truth digs even deeper into what life after 80 really looks like. Truth 2, your social circle will shrink dramatically. You have spent decades building a vibrant circle of friends. You host game nights, plan group hikes, or catch up over coffee. But as you cross that 80-year mark, that circle starts to fade. And it is not just because people move away. This is a stark reality of aging that nobody likes to talk about. But it is one you need to face head on. Let us break it down and explore why this happens, how it affects you, and what you can do to fight back. Picture your life at Kathmandu. Like Gladys, who used to throw lively dinner parties for a dozen friends every month. By her early 80s, she was lucky if 3 could show up. The numbers tell a grim story. Studies show that within 5 years of turning 80, the average person loses about 60% of their social connections. But it is not just a statistic. It is watching your world get smaller, almost like the walls are closing in. Friends pass away, and that loss alone is heart-wrenching. But it is more than that. Some develop dementia and can no longer share those long chats. Others are moved far away by family. Physical challenges, like trouble walking or driving, keep them homebound. Your weekly book club fizzles out when too many members cannot make it. The hiking group you loved disbands because half the group struggles with mobility, even your closest pals. The ones you vacation with for years might not be able to travel anymore. It is a slow, then sudden, slide into isolation. This loneliness is not just a feeling, it is a health hazard. Research says it is as bad for you as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It creeps up on you, especially when you are already grappling with health issues or grief. Just when you need people most, they are slipping away. Gladys shared how it felt. I did not just lose friends to death. Though that broke my heart, I lost them to distance, to illness, to life pulling us apart. One day, I looked around and felt like I was alone in a crowd. The emptiness can be overwhelming, making every day feel heavier. But here is the good news. This truth, tough as it is, can push you to find new ways to connect. Gladys did not give up. She started volunteering at a local community center, serving meals and meeting people from all walks of life. She joined a senior book club and was surprised to hit it off with folks 20 years younger. She even embraced technology, something she never thought she would do. Video calls with far-off cousins became a lifeline, and she found online groups where she could share her love of gardening. These new bonds were not the same as her old ones, but they brought joy and purpose back into her life. The secret is to act before the loneliness takes hold. Do not wait until your social circle is gone to rebuild it. Start now. Seek out groups that fit your interests. Whether it is a knitting circle or a history discussion, try volunteering. It is a great way to meet people while giving back. And do not shy away from tech. Apps like video chat or social media can keep you connected, even if mobility is an issue. The key is to adapt to the changes aging brings and keep building relationships. No matter how small they seem, what is your biggest worry about staying connected as you age? Drop it in the comments below. Your thoughts could spark ideas for someone else. And stick around, because the next truth digs even deeper into what life after 80 really looks like. Truth 3. Your body will throw surprises at you that you never saw coming. You might think you are set for aging. You stay active, eat balanced meals, and keep your doctor on speed dial. But after fears, it is not just about creaky joints or needing a nap. Your body can turn routine tasks into exhausting challenges with a series of health issues that pile up fast. Let us unpack what this means, why it feels so intense, and how you can stay ahead by adapting early. Picture yourself at 80. Like Gladys, who was vibrant in her 70s, she biked regularly, cooked from scratch, and never missed a checkup. She expected a few aches, maybe some trouble reading fine print. But by 82, She was hit with a wave of health problems that changed everything. It was not one issue she could handle. It was a chain reaction. Her back started acting up. So she cut back on biking, which sapped her strength. That made her wobbly, so she stayed indoors, feeling cut off. Then, her hearing got fuzzy, making chats tiring. So she skipped gatherings, which left her down. Poor sleep followed, clouding her focus. And her family started to hover. It was like her body was turning against her. This is the deal after 80. Your body does not age neatly in one area. It is a tangle of issues hitting together: stiff limbs, weaker muscles, dimming senses, and fading stamina. They do not just add up, they amplify each other. Opening a bottle might need a strategy. Getting to the second floor feels like a trek. Your home, once your haven, can seem like a trap with steep steps or tricky rugs. The hardest part, your mind often stays sharp. So you are painfully aware of what you cannot do anymore. You remember dancing at weddings or hiking trails? And now those memories clash with a body that refuses to keep up. It can drive you nuts. Gladys described it like being stuck. My head knew what I wanted, but my body just laughed. Studies show most folks over 80 deal with several health conditions at once, and they create a ripple effect, making life tougher than you ever planned. But here is the bright side. You can take control by adapting before things spiral. Gladys stopped fighting the changes and started retooling her life. She put up grab bars in her shower while she could still manage the drill. She moved her dishes to easy-to-reach spots. She got a lightweight walker to roam confidently. Not because she had to. These moves kept her freedom intact. She also welcomed tools like zipper pulls and big grip utensils, choosing function over ego. More importantly, she untied her worth from her physical ability. Her body might stumble, but her wit, stories, and warmth were still hers to share. The trick is to act now, not later. Do not wait for a stumble to rethink your space. Scan your home for ways to simplify, like adding ramps or brighter lights. Talk to your doctor about strength exercises or aids to keep you moving. And know this: your value is in your essence, not your agility. What health change has blindsided you as you have aged? Share it in the comments below. Your story could light the way for someone else. And stick around, because the next truth is one people rarely bring up. Truth 4, you will start to feel invisible to the world around you. This is not just about being overlooked now and then. It is a deep, unsettling shift where society stops seeing you as a person with ideas, dreams, and value. Instead, you become a shadow, reduced to labels like senior or elderly. This truth hit Gladys hard, and it is something every person over 80 faces. Yet no one talks about it. Let us explore what this invisibility feels like, why it is so harmful, and how you can push back to stay seen and respected. Gladys, who at 80 was still a force, full of opinions and energy, she noticed it first at the supermarket, when the cashier barely glanced her way, then at the doctor's office, where the nurse spoke to her son instead of her. By 82, it was clear the world was looking through her. People no longer saw her as an individual with a rich life and sharp mind. They saw her age first, and that changed everything. Waiters would ask her daughter what she wanted to eat, as if she could not speak for herself. Shop clerks grew impatient when she took a moment to count her change. In conversations, her insights were brushed off. As if her decades of experience were outdated, even her family started talking about her care right in front of her, like she was not there. This invisibility is not just hurtful, it is crushing. Gladys described it as fading away. I went from being someone people turned to for guidance to someone they barely noticed. It was like I was vanishing while still breathing. Studies show this is common after 80s society often reduces older adults to stereotypes, ignoring their complexity. Strangers might use a condescending tone, assuming you do not get technology or current events. Your own loved ones might discuss your needs without asking your input, thinking they know best. It is not just your voice that gets silenced, it is your entire presence. This can make you feel like a ghost in your own life. And the psychological toll is heavy. Feelings of worthlessness or anger can creep in. Worse, this invisibility has real dangers. When people stop seeing you as a full person, you become more vulnerable. Your needs might be ignored. Whether it is a doctor rushing through your appointment or a caregiver overlooking your preferences, you could face neglect or even exploitation, as some assume you are too frail to stand up for yourself. But Gladys found ways to fight back, and her strategies can work for you too. She decided she would not let others define her. When someone spoke past her, she gently but firmly brought the focus back, saying things like, "I am right here, and I would like to answer." She kept up her appearance, standing tall to signal confidence. She stayed sharp on news and trends, so her contributions in talks held weight. Gladys also sought out places where older adults were valued, like a local seniors council, where her experience was celebrated. She surrounded herself with people who saw her for who she was, not just her age. The key is to act early. Do not let invisibility become your norm. Speak up when you are sidelined. Share your knowledge to remind others of your worth. And find communities that respect you. Whether it is a hobby group or a volunteer project, you have earned your place, and you deserve to be seen. Have you ever felt overlooked as you have aged? How did you handle it? Drop your story in the comments below. Your approach could inspire someone else to hold their ground. And keep watching, because the next truth digs into something we all face but rarely discuss. Truth 5, your finances will work against you. You might think you are ready with a pension, savings, or Social Security tucked away, but after years, money seems to slip through your fingers. With unexpected costs and systems that feel stacked against you, this reality shook Gladys. And it is something everyone needs to prepare for. Let us dive into what happens, why it feels so unfair, and how you can shield yourself with clever strategies. Gladys, who at 79 felt secure, she had a small savings account, a steady pension, and years of careful budgeting behind her. But by 81, she was stunned by how fast her money vanished. It was not just one big expense. It was a flood of costs that no retirement plan warned her about. Aging comes with a hefty bill. Managing health issues means frequent doctor visit and prescriptions that can cost hundreds monthly. Making your home safer, like installing grab bars or a ramp, can run into thousands. If you need help with daily tasks, even a few hours of care can wipe out your savings in no time. Then there are the constant small hits. Cannot drive. You are paying for grocery deliveries or rides to the doctor. Tasks you once handled, like mowing the lawn, now require hiring help. Equipment like walkers or medical alert systems adds up fast. Meanwhile, your income, like Social Security, barely budges. While healthcare and living costs climb steeply, Gladys realized her dollars stretched less each year. Forcing tough choices, she said, "I was always careful with money, but suddenly I was deciding between pills and food." It was humbling. It gets trickier. The financial world often treats you differently after 80. Banks might second-guess your choices, as if age equals incompetence. Credit card limits can shrink without notice. Need a loan. Lenders may hesitate. Citing your age is a red flag. Some financial products are simply unavailable because you are over 80. This subtle discrimination can make you feel small, like your lifetime of smart decisions means nothing. Gladys felt the sting. I ran a household for 50 years. But now I was questioned like a novice. The risks go beyond that. Scammers zero in on people over 80, exploiting trust or loneliness to steal savings. Even well-meaning family might overstep, managing your money in ways that feel like control, not help. These threats can strip away your financial freedom, leaving you exposed. But Gladys took action. She automated her bill payments to keep things on track. She set up bank alerts to spot unauthorized moves. She learned to dodge scams, ignoring fishy emails or calls promising quick cash. She also hunted for resources, like senior utility discounts or drug assistance programs. To ease the strain, crucially, she kept her independence, sharing oversight with family, but holding the final say. The lesson: act before you are cornered. Look into senior benefits now. Set up fraud protections. Plan for aging's true costs early, from medical bills to home upgrades. What money issue has surprised you as you have aged? Drop it in the comments below. Your experience could guide someone else. And keep watching, because the next truth is one we all face but rarely talk about. Truth 6: you'll face your own mortality daily. For most of your life, death feels far off, like a distant storm you can ignore. But once you cross 80, it moves closer, becoming a quiet but constant presence. This is not about being gloomy. It is about the reality of aging that shifts how you see the world. Gladys learned this the hard way, and her story shows how this truth can weigh you down or inspire you to live with purpose. Let us explore what this awareness feels like, why it is so intense, and how you can turn it into a source of strength. Picture yourself at 82, like Gladys, who once thought of death as something that happened to others. Then one morning, she woke up and realized her address book had more names crossed out than active. Friends were passing away, her spouse was gone, and her siblings were battling serious illnesses. Every phone call carried the risk of bad news. Death was no longer an abstract idea. It was real, close, and personal. She described the moment it hit her. I saw a hearse on my street and wondered if it was for someone I knew. I felt a twinge in my chest and thought, is this my time? It was like death was walking beside me. This is what happens after 80. Mortality becomes part of your daily rhythm. You notice it in small ways, more funerals than weddings. Obituaries you scan for familiar faces, or health scares that feel like warnings. You hesitate to plan too far ahead, wondering if it is worth the effort. Every goodbye feels heavier, like it could be the last. The psychological weight is real, Gladys explained. I would wake up thinking about who might be gone next. It was not just sadness. It was a constant hum of awareness that time was running out. This can make you feel isolated, as younger people often shy away from talking about death, leaving you to carry these thoughts alone. The impact goes deeper. You might question whether to bother with home repairs or new hobbies. You feel a rush to tie up loose ends, like mending old rifts or saying what you have left unsaid. You grieve not just for those you have lost, but for the life you used to live and the future you will not see. It is a lot to hold, and society does not help, urging you to stay upbeat instead of facing these feelings. But Gladys discovered something powerful. Leaning into this truth, instead of dodging it, can change how you live. When she stopped fearing mortality, she started living more fully. Gladys turned her awareness into action. She wrote heartfelt letters to her family, sharing lessons in love she wanted to leave behind. She started a scrapbook of her life stories, creating a legacy for her grandkids. She let go of old grudges, realizing they were not worth her precious time. Most importantly, she found peace by focusing on what she could control, how she spent her days, who she loved. What mattered most? Death was still there, but it became a reminder to live with intention, not a shadow to fear. She said, "Knowing time is short makes every moment brighter. I stopped sweating the small stuff and started cherishing what counts." The takeaway: do not run from thoughts of mortality. Embrace them as a guide to what truly matters. Use this awareness to prioritize love, connection, and meaning. Forgive, create, and live boldly, knowing your time is finite. How do you find purpose as you age? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could inspire someone else. And stick around, because the next truth might surprise you with its hope. Truth 7. You'll discover unexpected strength and wisdom. After facing so many challenges, from fading health to shrinking social circles, you might think aging only takes away, but this truth flips that idea on its head. It is about finding a deep resilience and a new sense of purpose that can transform how you see yourself and your life. Gladys's journey shows how this discovery can turn hardships into opportunities. Let us dive into what this newfound power looks like, why it matters, and how you can embrace it. Gladys, who at 82 had lost so much friends, mobility, even her sense of independence, yet, in the midst of those losses, she found something unexpected, a well of inner strength that had been building for decades. You see, living through 80 years means you have weathered storms, economic dips, personal heartaches, health scares, and more. Each one taught you something, even if you did not realize it at the time. By 80, you are tougher than you think, with a resilience that makes new challenges feel less daunting. Gladys put it this way: "I survived so much already. If I made it this far, I can handle what comes next." This strength showed up in surprising ways. When her physical abilities waned, Gladys leaned on her mental and emotional grit. She could not garden like she used to, but she found clever ways to keep her plants thriving, like using raised beds. Needing help did not make her feel weak. It showed her she was wise enough to accept support. Even the invisibility she felt from society became a kind of freedom. With fewer expectations weighing her down, she could be her true self, speaking her mind, chasing new interests, and letting go of what others thought. She said, "When people stop judging you, you are free to just be you." Financial struggles pushed her to get creative too. With less money to spend, Gladys rediscovered joy in simple things she had overlooked, like morning walks, chats with neighbors, or flipping through old photo albums. These moments cost nothing but filled her with happiness. Facing mortality daily, which we talked about last, gave her clarity. She stopped fussing over petty grudges or others' opinions, and poured her energy into what brought her peace, like time with family or quiet reflection. This focus made every day feel richer, more vivid. What surprised Gladys most was her wisdom. 8 decades of life gave her insights that younger people craved. She started sharing her stories with her grandkids, teaching them lessons from her past. She volunteered at a community center, mentoring younger adults who valued her perspective. Her age, which the world saw as a weakness, became her greatest gift. She found purpose in giving back, realizing her experiences were a treasure she could share. By 84, she was leading a local seniors group, helping others find their own strength. The big lesson here is that aging's challenges are also doorways to growth. Losses teach you to cherish what remains, limits spark ingenuity. Your wisdom becomes a light for others. Embrace this truth by sharing your knowledge, trying new things, and finding joy in the small stuff. What life lesson would you pass on to younger folks? Share it in the comments below. Your wisdom could change someone's path. And stay with us, because we are wrapping up with some final thoughts you will not want to miss. Gladys transformed aging's challenges into opportunities, preparing early to meet each truth with courage. From forging new connections to safeguarding her money, She found strength and meaning. You can do the same act now. Live boldly and embrace your journey. Which truth resonated most? Share it in the comments. Like this video and pass it on to someone who needs it. Subscribe for more real talk on aging. Knowledge empowers us. So let us keep growing together.